Hello, good to see you. My name is Merel Slotboom. I'm a kinesiologist on the move. I'm a trainer and I'm an author. And I'm making this series of lives for entrepreneurs. And this is number 2. Why? Why do we do things? Why are we entrepreneurs? Why are we business owners? Why do we make choices in life? Very often it's hard to remember why you do things. Sometimes it's a habit, sometimes it's programming because your parents taught you to do it, or your culture, or your church, or your school. So very often as we grow older, we need to find what is our internal motivation to do things. There's a beautiful book by Simon Sinek. It's called Start With Why. And he, in his words, explains wonderfully why companies that work from the why are more successful. And he comes with many examples. All companies want to make money. And you may say, oh, but I don't. Well, then you don't really have a company. Then you have a hobby, or you're really a nerd or a professional, and you just want to do your work and you want someone else to look for the finances and the marketing. That's also okay. In the world, for example, of physiotherapists, it's very, well, I cannot say easy, but it's very common to be wonderfully good at your job and not be a practice holder. You just work for a clinic and you are one of the physiotherapists. In my profession, for example, kinesiologists are very solitary people. They say they're very they're very good in connecting and very social, and maybe they are, but they seem to work all in their own practice, doing their own thing, and it's not a culture. And many of my colleagues are wonderful practitioners, so very good kinesiologists, but maybe just don't like money. So tomorrow we're going to talk about money, and it would be so easy for those kinesiologists if they could, like a physiotherapist, work with somebody who takes care about the company and that the clients come in and that they're all booked and that you just have to show up and do your work. It would be very nice. And some people don't like to do the physical part of the touching part or the curing or the healing part, but they just want to do administration. So this would be a lovely combination. If you're in this field at the moment and you're finding some trouble, see if you can have some joint ventures or cooperations, or work together nicely. Maybe rent a place or a center nicely. Before I became a kinesiologist on the move, I had a wonderful center in Blijswijk. And at the height, I had a team of 4 kinesiologists, both professional kinesiologists and kinesiologists. Oh, it's a hard word if you have to say it many times. That were still studying. And the beautiful thing is that we all were very different. So we all had different clients and different people who we were attracted to with their problems and who were attracted to us. So this would automatically find its place, and that's lovely. And it's nice that if you have a client and you are really thinking over it and you don't know how to help them the best way you can, that you have a colleague with whom you can speak and talk about this, or maybe even share for one time, or work together for one time. So why? Why do you do things? Very often you can see a pattern through your life. Just some water. By the way, this was supposed to be a live on LinkedIn. I tried it yesterday, but the films got stopped and interrupted after 10 minutes, and it took me quite some time to later on rip them and put them on YouTube. And so I thought it would be better if I would just make a video and then post it at 11. So it looks a bit like a live. There's no interaction, but there was no interaction yesterday. People could not watch at the same time as I was delivering my content. So for now, this seems the best solution. If you know a better solution, for me, doing these different lives also forces me to get acquainted with all the platforms and how they work. So for now, my idea is that I cannot do a real live on LinkedIn. So if I look on the internet, people say that I can, and it should be for up to 4 hours even, and I cannot find it. So if you know how to do this, let me know. Then we grow together. Why? Well, why very often is seen also as your mission. So people that start a company must look at their mission. They should, actually. There are companies that sell the same things. I think Simon uses the example of computers that, companies that sell computers. And there's one very famous one, Apple. And it's very famous because it has a big why. I don't remember what it is, but I thought it's making lives or the world of people better or prettier or by design, or I don't remember exactly what it was. But Apple is so successful because it has this strong why. And maybe you can say, if I look at my life, my why, if you make it in a broad perspective, my why is to heal all creatures. It's kind of big, and I do this by putting in a practical format all that I know and all my insights, in order for you to be inspired and pick this up and start studying and take full responsibility over your life and your health and your happiness. And I live this life, I walk my talk, they say words don't teach, so actually doing a live maybe is kind of stupid. That's why I always put an exercise in, because the exercise is the real correction to your problem or where you're stuck. This is my why. And there are many kinesiologists, and not many show themselves the way I do. And for me, it's so hard to comprehend that there are so many tools that are so practical and so easy to use every day, and people just don't use them. They prefer, probably, to feel bad and complain about it and feel victimized. They prefer that above feeling wonderful and creating this wonderful life of your dreams. And yesterday, and maybe that's why it happened, yesterday I had 3 things happening. My son, who wants to participate in my course, which fills me with a lot of joy, and I think it's a big chance for him. I think it will be a tool for his whole life. The course is called Brain Gym. He's calling me, and he has little money at the moment, and the place where he works is not really closed, but he can make less hours, and he's kind of like, oh mom, I don't know what to do. I can work in the weekends that you're giving the course, and I feel that I must. And then you can look at the short goal, earning money this month, and maybe it's a very sensible thing, or investing 2 weekends in your life that will change your life completely, because you'll have tools for your whole life to make best decisions. So are you looking at the short-term gain or the long-term? And somebody who was already in the training sent me a message that she wanted out. And there was a client who said, nah, I don't think kinesiology is my thing. I'm not continuing. And he's really down and out at the moment. So he's speaking from a bad place where ego reigns, and where there's fear and anger and old programs. And it hit me like a truck. I was awake half the night, and for me, I'm so driven. I do everything and anything to feel good. I made this decision as a young child, when my childhood was not that nice, and this is this is saying it in a little way. And I made a holy vow to myself to never feel that bad again. And I would always look in the best things and have the best people around me. So today I spoke to 2 of my friends and I said, give me a tip. I'm trying to stay on this high-flying disc. I feel it's my mission to inspire people to feel good, to take full responsibility of their lives. And I see that they're turning away, and this hurts. And in a way I feel responsible, and I am not. I am not. They are responsible for their own lives. But it's so hard. And I don't know what to do with it. I really don't know. So if you have a clue, write it in the comment box below, because I really don't know what to do about it. So this is my mission, and knowing your mission and following your mission doesn't always mean that it's easy. But from the not easy part, more desires come to have even a better life, or to experience it in a better way even. So I know many good things will come from this as well, even though it doesn't feel like this now. So, in order to be inspired and to know your why, most business coaches, they have a questionnaire, and they really go into the mind, and they talk about your past and what choices did you make. What I would like to do, I'd like to enlighten it from another angle. When you know who you are, and this is a lifetime process going on, so every time you know a little part of who you are. There's this story about 10 blind men standing around an elephant, touching it. And they all think they know what an elephant looks like. But the one standing at the leg or at the tail has a completely different view of the one standing at the nose. So we're a bit like blind men with an elephant, and we call it life. So we're learning day by day who we really are. And I believe that the best that we can reach is being in alignment, body and soul. You're like 99% soul, non-physical, source energy. Call it light, call it love, call it God or Allah, what you want. And you're just this 1% human. And this non-physical part is so intelligent. We cannot, with this 3D reality, imagine what is the goal in this life. But being in alignment, so letting go of your limiting beliefs and letting good experiences and love and light and joy and nature and good friends raise your vibe, then you are more and more in alignment, and you get to see the signals. You get to see why things are the way they are. This is why I travel this way, because I can listen to all the signals I get. Oh, I need to move. Oh, I need to be in that place. And I always get to meet the loveliest people or see the beautiful birds or whatever. So I'm very close at that. I love this. This is why I try to talk about it and inspire in a way. But that's how you discover what is your why. Because if you're true and close to yourself, to your soul, then you can feel what you like. I'll give you some examples. Say, I say two words, alone or with company. Right now I would choose alone. Meanwhile, next week I'll be coming back to Holland, and I'll be seeing many people. I'll be giving a course. I'll have like 40 clients next week, or it's the week of the 16th. I'll be with my boyfriend. I'll be with my children. I'll see my dog again. I'm through the roof in being with all of them. But now it is very important that I am alone. Meditating or walking in nature. Sometimes you feel you need to meditate. Sometimes you need to walk in nature. Eating or drinking. Helping yourself, helping others. Cleaning up your house or sitting on the bench with a plate. Reading a book or writing your own book. You see, by just putting two things in the equation all the time, you can feel where the energy is. Sometimes the energy is clocked and you feel, no, don't feel like it. And the other thing is like, ooh, yeah, let's do that. So then the energy is there. And I think in your company and as an entrepreneur, this is how you need to work as well. Of course, you have some structures, and when you work with other people, it probably is more even structured. But when people can be in the flow, even the people that worked with you, then they're all at their best. Isn't that nice? Well, a good way to be close to your why is aligning with source or with your soul. And we're going to do this by testing the chakras. I'm going to test 9 chakras. So I'm going to include the earth chakra and the heaven chakra, hemel chakra. And we have 7 on our body. So 1 is at your pubic bone. 1 is a little bit up under the belly button. The next one is under the point of your sternum. Then there's one of the heart between your breasts. There's one at the throat. There's one at the 6th eye. And there's one at the head. And I'll be testing them for them in the kinesiology style. So I'll test them on my fingers now. And it will be for all people watching. I think actually it's for all entrepreneurs all over the world. So even if they don't watch, they'll benefit of this balance. But hey, so I'll have a little bit of water first, because when you test, you need to be accurate. And being accurate is much easier if you have drunken enough water. Okay. So for all of us to know our why, even if it comes to us in little bits, and to be aligned with source and with our souls. So earth is okay. Chakra 1 is off. 2 is alright. 3 is alright. Heart is off. Throat is okay. 6 is good. This one is off and heaven is off. So we have 4 off. It's the first, the color red. It's the basic of being all right. Do I have the right to be here? Am I safe? Basic. Heart chakra is, they call it also the seat of the soul. When you're truly aligned, you know in your heart when something is a good choice. You don't know in your head. Your head later on can translate why what you did was a good idea, but it's your heart that knows. And then we had the 7th, and this is actually where you connect to light, love, soul, source is your connection, and heaven was off. So allowing love and light to come into our lives. So these are really fundamental chakras that were really off, and I'm going to show you 2 techniques to get them working again. One is very simple and that you can do always. You just do like this, as if on a warm day you're giving yourself a bit of wind, but you're doing this at your heart chakra and you're doing this at your crown. And by this you balance all your chakras and your meridians and your aura. So actually the whole energetical system. And we are mostly, that's what I said, 99% non-physical. So we are mostly energy and just a little bit of physical. And even if you go deep and deep and deep and deep into the cells, there's nothing there. So it's just energy. But the earth is so slow in spinning and vibrating that we have almost materialized. So this is a very nice way. You can do this many times a day just to raise your vibe, just to feel better, just to have your chakras active, your meridians flowing, and your aura nicely around you and protecting you. In this way you already feel more aligned with who you are. And the other way is called reconnective healing or reconnection. You rub your hands and you create with the pluses and the minums in your hands. You create a magnetical force field. You can feel it when you do with this, like this with your hands. You can feel the pressure as if there's a balloon between your hands, and you can feel as if there are elastics on your fingers. When you do like this, it's hard to pull them apart, so they like to be in this area. And you can have your hands go around in your aura, and you know in which direction, because the other direction doesn't feel good. So you know which direction, and you know if you have to go fast or slow and make small winding things or make them very large. And what we're doing now is we're aligning ourselves with our souls, with source energy, and allowing the feeling of meaning into our lives. Because when you know your why, you feel why you're here and what you do matters. And this is very important, not only for people, but very much also for entrepreneurs, because then you radiate it through your company and your clients will know. It's much easier to do marketing when you know your why. Okay. So, 2 corrections. Reconnective healing, you can look it up, Eric Pearl. There are many lovely trainings he gives, and there are many videos about him. I'll look him up. And if you want a quicker way to learn it, send me a message. I have a special link of a person who can tell you in 10 minutes. And you can just follow what I just did, because it's not more difficult than this. And you may do this as often as you like. Actual, for me, reconnection means reconnection to soul and source. And in a car, when you look at a car and you have 4 wheels, they need to be aligned. Otherwise, they start vibrating, or the steering is difficult, or when you let go of the steer, you go to a side. Reconnective healing for me is getting in alignment and feeling completely aligned with all your meridians and your chakras and your aura on the meridians of the earth. So you're actually lining up with your path and your goal. It's a very, very nice system. You can do it many times a day, even if you like. And it very nicely raises the energy. So now, if we check the chakras, so I'm going to earth again. First chakra is okay. Heart is okay. Throat is okay. Yes, they're all strong. Yes, yes, yes. This is the moment that you start singing and dancing and celebrating life and just feel happy and thankful. Please let me know what is your why. Or if you don't know the whole why, tell me what you love. Tell me what makes you tick. Tell me what makes you happy. So I hope this has been valuable for you. I'm going to upload this now on LinkedIn and on YouTube. And I'll be sharing it, of course, also on Facebook and Instagram. So there's no reason you should not get this video. And there's no reason you should not listen and do the exercises with me. So I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for listening to me and inspiring me to do this. So, love from me to you.